Okay, in next video we will see the purchase return process. Now, there are certain reasons that we want to return the goods that we recently purchased from our vendor. We want to return it. There are multiple stages, and we have to deal differently based on the condition in the state. So first of all, let's discuss the stages, and then we will see how we will do the purchase return process on our system. So let's have a look on what are the cases. Case 1, it is the stage when we want to return the products to the vendor when we did not receive the product. For example, I have demanded 100 quantity of some product, for example product ABC, but the vendor sent me 200 out instead of 100 quantity. So at this stage, before receiving the product in my inventory, what I do return the extra amount of quantity of products to the vendor. What should I do at this stage? At this stage, I will not process the product receiving as 200. I will just mention the product as 100 item on my system. I will not talk about the extra amount of product. Will just not enter that in the system and will just process the 100 quantity. How we will do that? Let's see it. Now I am again coming to the request for quotation and coming to my purchase order. You can see here, or let me, I have to create another purchase order. This is purchase order 4. I have demanded some products from my vendor, for example this thing with this quantity. Now you can see two products. With the first one is the 400 and second one is the 200 quantity that I have demanded from my vendor. I will confirm this order, and now the system is expecting this much quantity, this much, to be received inside my warehouse. Now let's suppose the customer sent me 800 or 500 out of 400 instead of 400. What will I do? I will come again to my purchase order 0004. I will open it. I will process it. I will click on receipt or receive products. Now I am here at this form. This form allows me to process the quantity that is received. Now you can see here that the demand is 400, but I will not write 500 here in the done quantity because I do not want to receive extra amount of products, quantity of products. So what will I do? I will just enter 400 here and will return the remaining 100 quantity back to my customer. Will not record that on my system anywhere. Okay, I have another option available. I can record 500 instead of 400, but that will becomes a liability on me. That will be added to my warehouse, and that will update my stock asset account. If I am willing for that, I can process 500 instead of 400. But at this stage, I do not want to receive extra amount of products, so I will process the 400 and return will out the remaining 100 quantity back to my vendor by stating that I don't need the extra amount of quantity. So, and just consider another case that, for example, I have demanded 400. Vendor sent me 400 quantity, but out of 400 quantity, 100 quantity of items are damaged, or that is in unacceptable case. What will I do in that case? So in that case, what I was telling, that I had demanded 400, but when I received the product, that was 400 in quantity, but out of that 400, 100 quantity was in damage, so I do not want to receive it. So in that case, what I will do, I will receive 300 here instead of 400. So, and will return the damaged quantity back to my back to my vendor by stating that I do not need the damaged quantity. So this is actually the case 1. Before receiving the products, this is the case 1. Don't process the purchase receiving except only quantities that you want. Okay, so this is a very simple case. Now consider another case. Now let me come back to the purchase order 3 that is already received total in our inventory. Now you can see here, you can have a look on the purchase order. Here we had demanded 400 of this product and one quantity for the another product, and you can see that we have received these quantities, and this is now inside in our warehouse. Now at this stage, what if I want to return some products to my vendor? No bill is created at this stage. I had received the product, but I did not receive any bill for these products from my vendor, and I did not pay to my vendor at this stage. And at this stage, I want to return some products to my vendor. What will I do at this stage? Now, at this stage, I will just run the return process and will return the quantity that I want to return out of these received quantity, and that is set, and there is no need for further action. I will do that in front of you. uh, what is process for that? First of all, I will click on request for quotation. I will come to the relevant purchase order, and I can see that I have received here these products, and here you can see that there are 2 records available. So here are the transaction through which I received the products. I will go to the transaction number 4, and I want here I had received 200 products, and out of 200 I want to return 100 product back to the vendor. So I will click on return button. Let's see again, click on return, and this is a return window will appear here. I will process the quantity, 100 quantity that I want to send back to my vendor that I don't need. This will be subtracted out of my available warehouse quantity, and it will be adjusted in the vendor location. I will click on return process. It will create another entry for me inside the warehouse transactions, and I will just confirm that entry. Now it is in the ready state. It means that I have enough products available inside my warehouse that I can return to my vendor. Okay, so let validate it. I'll confirm, apply, and now this is going to done state. It means the return process has been executed successfully, and I have returned some products back to my customer in this purchase order, that is 0003. Now if I come to this purchase order again, now you can see here that the quantity for this product which I demanded 400, now I have received 300 because 100 quantity is sent back to the vendor. If I go to this product in the product catalog, it will now show me the available quantity that is here in my warehouse. Now you can see here that 301 is my existing quantity, and my forecasted quantity is 701 or whatever. That is depend on how many purchase order you have created and how much quantity is expected to come in your warehouse through other purchase order, but this is actually on hand quantity that is available. Okay, so you can see here your quantity, your warehouse is updated in the case 2. It was the stage when I did not pay to my customer for the purchase order 0003. So before this vendor send me the bill and I process vendor bill, I return the quantity. So when I create vendor bill, it will be according to the present quantity available. It means the system will generate the vendor bill out of 300 instead of 400 of quantity. So this was the second case. We will discuss the third case in the next video, that is this one. And that is the case when you have paid your vendor for the goods you have purchased, and even then you want to return some good. What you will do in that case, because vendor bill has already been created and you have made full payment, but now you want to return some goods to the vendor. So let's see it in the next video.